Good evening, everyone. It's a great privilege to welcome you today to Personal Transformation Special. It's a special session today because the last time we met, we had talked about target of influence. That was just about a week or two ago. And in the course of our conversation, there was a need to address our finances and our journey towards wealth building. I'm excited I'm here today to share a thought with you. The intention was to just spend an hour. I'll try to put it within an hour, but peradventure it crosses an hour. Please bear with me. I do not intend to stretch it beyond normal, what you can bear. Okay, so thank you all for introducing yourselves and telling us where you're from. For those that I know where they're from, thank you. I see some people who were not with us the last time we were here. It was good to have you on the call. Victor Taiwo, thank you. Simon, I'm not sure you joined us the last time.
No, I didn't.
All right. My brother from another mother, Onyebuchi, it's been a long, long time.
Hello, Doc.
Good, thank you. Thank you for joining.
I didn't join the last time.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So Simon, I know. Onyebuchi, Happy New Year's to you.
I wish you the same, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. All right, Slasha, you were not with us also last time. Shaya, you were not with us. Dr. Mercy Irefo, you were also not with us. We're happy to have all of you join. Grace, thank you for joining. David, thank you also for joining. Adedoyin, thank you for joining. Okay. Oh, Simon, is that Gidelia? Okay.
Yes, Doc.
Aha, I was going to say so. Great. Good to have you join. Happy to have you
From
join.
Jos. Joining from
Yes,
Jos.
just off. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today our conversation will be around this subjects. And I must let you know that the resources, you will get the resources. Dolapo, my colleague, will share the resources with you right after now. I want to plead with you to please pay attention to what's going to be shared. For some of us, this is the information you've been waiting for to transform your finances. For some of you on this call, this is the last straw that's going to break the camel's back for turning around your finances. You just are about getting to the place where everything changes for you. And I put a lot of effort into this, and I'm hoping that it will help you. For some of you who are here gathered on this call, you might want to have a friend or a listening party, have people join you to be part of this conversation. It's okay to do that. So today we'll talk about what is wealth. And I'm going to share with you what I call the need for money. Why do you really need money? I've been able to curate about 21 reasons why we need money. I won't share all of them with you on the call. I will share them with you right after, okay? Right after the call. I'll share references. And then I'll share the character of wealth, the portrait of the wealthy, and then the trigger that really brought us into this conversation, the personal finance formula. I'm going to share with you as well. And so please fasten your seatbelt and let's go. What exactly are my objectives today? I'd like you to understand the meaning of wealth. For some of us, we've had some skewed meanings of it. I'm going to share some perspectives with you on the meaning of wealth. Let's understand the duty of wealth. That is what we need money for. Understand the character of wealth. Understand the portrait of the wealthy, the people that we call the wealthy. How do we identify them? You know, when you see a portrait, a representation of the real, what does it really reflect for you? And then how do we create our pathway to wealth? Let's start by talking about what exactly is wealth. What exactly? I've got four prescriptions. I don't want to call it definitions, as the case is. I think wealth is about the volume of your possessions. Wealth speaks to the volume of the possessions you have. What is wealth? It speaks to the volume of the possessions that you have. Okay, it speaks to the volume of the possessions that you have. Number two, you can say wealth is about, it speaks of the abundance of things that you are considered that you've considered valuable. So wealth is about the abundance of valuable things. So you can have an abundance of nonsense, but wealth is about having an abundance of valuable things. Again, what is wealth? Call it productive assets. These are assets that can be drawn on to guarantee productivity in all that you do. So we can say wealth is having productive assets, things that can guarantee productivity, things that can enable you to produce results. Number four, wealth is an enabler of a quality of life. Wealth is an enabler of quality of life. Wealth is an enabler of a good quality of life. And the quality of life here talks about things that you own and improves the quality of your life, whether they are tangible or intangible things. And so, my friends, I'd like you to look into your life now and find out, am I wealthy? Do you have high volume of certain possessions? Are you in touch with abundance of valuable things? Do you have assets that enable your productivity? And then do you have things that improve the quality of your life? If you do, congratulations. And if you do not, congratulations, because today is going to be a day where you begin to shift into this space. Now, let's look at what wealth is from the perspectives of maybe 5 different people here. John D. Rockefeller sees wealth as financial abundance. He says it is the ability to buy anything money can buy and still have some of your own left over. That's John D. Rockefeller, as an industrialist. He said, the ability to buy anything money can buy and still have your own is what he refers to as wealth, financial abundance perspective. Oprah Winfrey defines wealth from an emotional well-being perspective. She says wealth is the inner sense of peace and fulfillment. Wealth is the inner sense of peace and fulfillment. And then we have Jim Rohn, one of my favorite speakers. This man has changed my life significantly. His work has changed my life. He speaks from the place of independence. He says, wealth is having the freedom to live on your own terms. Wealth is having the freedom to live on your own terms. And then we all know Henry Ford, that businessman, automaker. He speaks from the place of intangible reserves. He says, the only true security that a man can have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. A reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. Intangible reserves. And then Sir Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group of Companies, he said, let's see wealth from the perspective of quality of life. He said, you are not what you own, you are what you experience. You are not what you own, you are what you experience. So wealth for him is about the quality of life, the things that I'm enjoying, the things that I enjoy. Those are the things that he calls wealth. We're still talking about wealth. Now let's try to identify what I call the 4 considerations of wealth building. And this is where the rubber begins to hit the road for people on this call. This is where the rubber begins to hit the road. What are the 4 considerations you should have if you're going to build wealth? Number 1, all wealth comes by income. Friends, all wealth comes by income. All wealth comes by income. You cannot begin the journey of wealth building if you are not earning anything. All wealth comes by income. And for you to earn, there are three considerations you should have. Number one, you've got to understand the times that we live in. There are certain things that will not sell today anymore. Some things will not earn resources for you anymore. They will not. They will not earn resources for you anymore. Some things will not earn resources for you anymore. The time is gone on them. Number two, you've got to discover what you're prepared to render as a service. Income is what you get as a reward for rendering a service. If all wealth comes by income, then you've got to discover what you're prepared to render as a service. So I ask you today, what are you prepared to render as a service? Air Peace has started to fly from Lagos to London. Air Peace has started to fly from Lagos to London. I'm going to speak to some of my friends on the call now. Air Peace, and when I call your name, you'll understand what I'm trying to talk about. Air Peace has tried to fly from Lagos to London. Are your products on that plane doing? Are your products on that plane? Simon, are your products on that plane? Vu. Air Peace now flies Lagos to London. Are your products on that plane? 3, all wealth comes by income. What are the things you need to know? You need to have a knowledge of what you're willing to sacrifice along the way. Because it's a journey, there are things you must give up. But friends, can I tell you this? You have no reason giving up your family. You have no reason giving up your friends. That's a lie of the devil. There are people who are wealthy. They have their friends. They've got their family. They've not even sold their soul. So you cannot lose your soul because you're pursuing resources. Okay? So all wealth comes by income. And you've got to render a service to be able to earn. And the service you render must be in tandem with the times that we live in. Today, there are things that will never sell. And today, there are things that are selling significantly. The second consideration for wealth building is saving money is a seed for wealth building. You've got to know that saving money is a seed for wealth building. If you don't keep a portion of your income for future use, you will never reach the wealthy status. If you don't keep a portion of your income for future use, you will never reach the wealthy status. My friends, the habit of saving from your earnings enables you to preserve the power of your income. You see, your income, your earnings, they have the power. But when they are compounded, they can chase many. They can chase a lot more. But many of us eat up our resources, eat up our savings, eat up the seed and eat up the harvest. And so we don't have what it is to chase or to build wealth. There is that withholds more than is meet. That person tends to poverty. That line of that statement suggests that there is a portion of what you own, that what you earn, that you must keep for yourself. There is that withholds more than that is necessary. He's withholding more than that is necessary, meaning there's what he should withhold and there's what he should not withhold, there's what he should spend. Okay, so you've got to have a habit of saving money. That's the second consideration for wealth building. Number 3 is investments are supposed to be multipliers of your resources. I'll say to you that savings does not provide the room for multiplied income. Money is likened to a soldier. And the more you have the soldiers on your battlefield against your adversary, the better the chances you are of winning. Save Soldier Gideon, Commander Gideon. Savings does not provide the room for multiplied income. You've got to send your money on an errand, as the case is, and ensure you multiply the streams of your income. Today, I'm going to show you a lot of things that will become actionable steps for you. And number 4, as you consider to build wealth, direct the flow of your resources. My friend, if you are not able to protect your income, then you will never be wealthy. You've got to protect your income, shield your income Shield your earnings from things that will eat them up. Your expenses use up your earnings, but you must ensure that they don't use them all up. My friend, guard your resources. I've said it to you before. I've said it to some people before. I said, you cannot be generous if you are poor. And you can become poor when you are too generous. Did you hear that? You cannot be generous if you are poor, because generosity is about giving. You cannot be generous if you are poor, but you can become poor when you become too generous. I wish somebody can help me put that in the chat. You cannot be generous if you are poor, but you can become poor by being too generous. You cannot be generous if you are poor, but you can become poor by being too generous. My friend, direct the flow of your resources. Don't spend everything. Get a budget. Create a budget. Have a plan for it. Create a budget. Have a plan for it. Create a budget. Have a plan for it. Don't just spend. Guard it. Again, here are the 4 considerations for wealth building. All wealth comes by income. Saving money is the seed for wealth building. Investments are multipliers of resources. And then you've got to learn how to direct the flow of your resources. Please follow me. Why do you need money? And on this call, at this point, I want to even hear you. Why do you need money? Can anybody just tell me why do you need money? Why do you need money? Why do you need money? Anybody share their thoughts? David, why do you need money?
Well, to meet your basic needs.
No, those are your basic needs. I'm being specific now to yourself. Why do you need money?
Okay, to live a good life and also be of support to many.
All right, thank you. To live a good life and to be of support to many. Slasher, why do you need money?
To Japa.
Slasher wants to Japa. Okay, he said he needs money to Japa. Nice one. All right, thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Toyin, let us know, why do you need money? And then did you speak after you?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I need money, first and foremost as it's a foundational need in terms of it gives me confidence and boost to be able to achieve just anything I plan to here on earth. So money is the vehicle in general to achieve my goals. Thank you.
Great. Money helps you to achieve your goals. Okay, thank you. BG.
Well, they already said it. Well, my word needs it for my needs, for my wants, and in between things that I don't even know yet.
My needs, my wants, and in between, and things I don't even know yet. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Does anybody want to share again? Why do they need money? Lillian, I see you all the way from the UK of U of K. Thank you for joining up. You make me so excited today. Why do you need money, Lillian? Okay, maybe you can't talk where you are. And Kim, why do you need money?
Good evening, everyone.
Okay. Oh, Lillian, yeah, let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Okay, so for me, I think money solves maybe 90% of problems.
Okay.
Yes, so and then it gives you it gives you confidence. When you have money, you're confident and
you can dare anything, right?
Yes.
You can go and cause trouble. All right, thank you so much. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you,
In a
Doctor.
minute. And Kem, let's hear you. Why do you need money? And then we'll come to Simon.
Okay, for me, I see money as a medium of exchange. So I need money to exchange for those values or valuable things that I need.
Great,
So that's
great. The valuable
basically
things
what-
you need. So you need
Yes.
money so you can get those things that you need. All right,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
My brother Ebenezer, thank you for joining this call as well. I recognize you. Simon, why do you need money?
Yeah, for me, I need money to meet up with my basic needs. If there is no money, it is impossible for me to obtain the things that I actually need to survive in life.
Great. That's why you need money. Thank you. My brother Ebenezer, why do you need money, sir? I see your hand up.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Mentor. Well done. Well, I need money for many things anyway. Number one, money to meet my basic need, money to execute my vision and goals in life, money also to execute projects, and also money also to support humanity and advance the kingdom of God. So Bible says money answers all.
Thank you. Great. Money answered all. Thank you. Thank you, Ebenezer, for joining. And thank you for the kind words. David says in the chat, my wife says she needs money to achieve her dreams and impact society and buy whatever money can buy and solve, as suggested by Rockefeller. It's good to know that you're joining this call with your wife. There's a portion of this conversation that your wife will love. For those of you who can be with your spouses, please let them join this call. My wife is right before me, so she can hear. Okay, let's look at why do you need money? Why do you need money? Like I said to you, I've got an article that I published, 21 reasons why you need money. At the end of this conversation, I'm going to share the link with you so you can be a part of it. But I've tried to bring a few of them here. Number one, it gives you ability to support other people. Money gives you the ability to support other people. Money gives you the ability to support others. You see, sometimes, don't just profess your love to people. Money can do for you what those who profess love for you cannot accomplish without its support. People say they love you and they cannot give you money. For goodness sake, I'm not saying that is a criteria. But guess what? If you want to support your friend, you want to support your spouse, you want to support your family member, you want to support your neighbor, support someone, it's not enough to mouth it that I'm reviewing this. Some of us are always with people in prayer only. Money makes your support for others meaningful and valuable. It increases the value of your counsel to those in need. If you counsel someone and say, go and start this thing, and they say, take 500,000, or I make a commitment of 500,000 naira, it just does the magic for you. Number two, you need money because it gives strength. It gives you strength to overcome obstacles. Money gives you strength to overcome obstacles. My friends, there are difficulties that only bow to the authority of money. There are difficulties that only bow to the authority of money. There are hurdles in this life that you can only cross it with the use of money, with the lever of money. Many are the obstacles of a person that has remained because of the scarcity of funds. Some people have just continued to face their obstacles in life because no money. There's no money. Money gives you the strength to overcome obstacles. Number three, money helps you to firm up your belief. Money is a supporter of your faith. Just like Lillian said, it gives you confidence. It keeps you from doubting when you should be believing in the possibility of your dreams. Many people don't believe their dreams. They don't even believe in the possibility of their dreams. The reason is because they're broke. They are broke. They don't have money. Money, access to cash is access to courage. Did you hear that? Access to cash is access to the courage that you need to face the challenges of life. Access to cash is access to the courage needed to face the challenges of life. Again, number four, money kindles productive action. Money kindles productive action. Many people have refused to be ambitious. You know why? Because money is unavailable for use. Many people have refused to become ambitious because money is unavailable for use. My friends, money stimulates action, and its absence limits productive activity. Money stimulates action, and its absence limits productive activity. If you have money, it gives you the required momentum to pursue lofty ideas and worthy dreams. Some people are not in pursuit because there's no money. Number 5, for the sake of this conversation, money awakens your potential. Money awakens your potential. Many of us have talent. Great talent that's the only money that can wake it up. Money restores. Money revives. Money refreshes. I can tell you, my friend, money is a tonic that stimulates your aspiration. When money lands on you, you will know what to do. All those, you think you can't sing, it's because you are broke. You think you are a better singer than Tiwa Savage. You are a better singer than many people. I tell you, you are a better whatever. You're a better chef. Can't you see how many things that Bassey has started to do because money has come? The moment money came, she began to get the voice and platform. They started to invite her to many places now because of some money around her. Money has that vitalizing power that gives life to your dormant potentials. Money has that vitalizing power. I tell you, vitalizing power. I'm not going to give you all the 21 points, but I just give you 5 there. I just listed the others here. Money gives you control over your affairs. Money gives you control over your affairs. Look at that. Esther was so broke and black, but when Esther see money, Esther slashed her. Esther bleach. Okay. All right. And Ken Olajide says some women are in abusive relationship because they don't have their own money. And that's true. Money gives you control over your affairs. Money gives you ample security. Money is a channel to better things of life. Money raises your worthiness. My friend, look at this, the next one. Money gives you the capacity to change situations. You say your neighbors are always shouting. When they spit on you because you are living on the ground floor. When they wash because, oh God, you don't have money. When you have money, you will move to it. You will move to it. Money gives capacity to change situations. Money increases your options in life. For those of you that want to buy a car, you know, if you have 1 million today, you can buy a car. But the car may not be able to drive that car from the car lot to another. You may need a towing van. You may need a towing van for it. But my friends, even if you have 50 million naira today, there are cars that you can't buy. But as you have more money, guess what happens? You increase your options. Money increases your options. Money increases your options. You can fly to the US or to America, to the UK. You can fly by economic class. But the moment you have more money, you now have an option to either stay in premium economy or business. You have more money, you can go to first class. Money increases your options. The phone you are using now, money increases your options. If you have more money, you know this torchlight, okay, nobody can be using torchlight than me on this call. So you cannot be using that torchlight phone and be on this call. That's the reason. Money provides the means to get things done. There are many things that you want to get done. Without money, you can't get them done. All your fingers are already squeezed because you have been washing clothes with your hand. My dear, with money, you buy a washing machine. Money provides the means to get things done. Money makes you a rallying point. I'm sure you know that. Once you have resources, your counsel becomes law. Your counsel becomes law. Your opinion becomes I don't know who is T on the call though, but he said we cannot cast our phone. Okay. Money makes you a rallying point. 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 The moment you've got money, guess what, my friends? The moment you've got money, it makes you a rallying point. Money enhances your reputation. You know, if you have got money on the streets that you live, they treat you differently. If you've got money and you go to your children's school, they respect your children differently. If you've got money and you enter your church or your place of worship, they treat you differently. I don't know if my friend Lukman Baba is the one on the call. If you are the one, please just say hello. I'll be glad to welcome. And if you are not, the person bearing Baba, thank you for joining. Money, my friend, cushions the effect of unfavorable conditions. Baba, is it you? You're muted in case you're speaking. Money.
Yeah, good evening, Doctor. Yeah, it's me.
Oh, great. Good to have you on this call. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Sorry I joined late. I was caught up in some other.
It's okay. It's okay. Money cushions the effect. Money cushions the effect of unfavorable conditions. Money cushions the effect of unfavorable conditions. Money cushions the effect of unfavorable conditions. You know, sometimes when, look at now, fuel is expensive in Nigeria. For those of us in Nigeria, there's no power, so you have got to buy fuel. If you have money, that unfavorable condition, it cushions the effects. Some people like me, we have inverter. But when there's no power to charge the inverter, you've got to buy fuel. If the fuel becomes so expensive and you cannot afford it, your inverter dies and is of no use. But there's a higher level. Some people install, what they call it, solar panels. Some people install solar panels to cushion the effect. Money, you need money to cushion the effect of unfavorable conditions. Money is the defense from misery. Money is the defense from misery. My friend, finally, money is an indicator of progress. I did not give you all the 21 on this call. This is the 12 here and then 5. So I left out some others. I'm not sure. I'm sure I've tried to address many of them. Money is an indicator of progress. This is why you need money. You need money for these things. And I chose to say this because if you don't know the purpose, if you don't know the purpose of certain things, guess what, my friend? I should make it 21. You go and read the remaining on my LinkedIn page. I'll share the article with you. If you don't know the purpose of money, you possibly will abuse it when it comes to you. If you don't know the purpose of money, you possibly will not even be able to attract it when it comes to, when you need to attract it. You will not be able to. Okay? Now, let's go and talk about the character of wealth. I'm getting deeper into this conversation and I'm hoping that you're getting some value. The character of wealth. How do we know wealth? Wealth manifests wisdom. I mean, if you have wealth, it's marked by good judgment. Person that is adjudged to be wealthy, you'll find them, they have great discernment. I'm not talking about those who acquired wealth through illegitimate means. Whatever thing we're talking about on this call today are those who attracted wealth, acquired wealth, accumulated wealth through legitimate means. Okay? Those who acquired it through legitimate means. Wealth manifests wisdom. Wisdom is simply knowing what to do. The man of wealth, the woman of wealth, the one who is not stranded. They make things happen even from a stranded position. Wealth displays excellence. When you see a wealthy person, you will know them by their adornments. We have been told that when you see a king, you see the glory of a king on him. That's what wealth does to you. When you see a wealthy person that is truly wealthy, this skin is not normal skin. The clothes, they look normal, but they are not normal. Look at their shoes, you can tell it's different. You look at their houses, I mean, it smells like they're cooking every day, every second. Wealth displays excellence. Number 3, wealth reveals ability. Wealth reveals ability because it bears the power to accomplish things. It gives you it's a means to an end. So it reviews your ability, what you are able to do. My friend, if you've got money today, you will fund your dreams. You will fund your dreams. Many of us are not able to fund our dreams today because we don't have money. Many of us have thought of building orphanages. We have thought of building, rental care homes. We have thought of doing many things. But when money comes, it will reveal your ability. Number 4, wealth confers leadership on you. The nature of wealth is that it puts you in the lead. Do you know when you have money, people want to hear your opinion? That's the character of wealth. It confers leadership on you. It makes you a person of influence and reference. Number 5, wealth maximizes time. Because, time is a resource that enables everybody to perform activities without constraints. The nature of wealth is that it helps you to be a carrier. It helps you to carry, value from time to time. It helps you to know how to maximize the time at your disposal. I can tell you, my friends, people who are wealthy, you will know them, except they choose to drive themselves. They get a driver so that they can maximize time and do something else. And I can tell you there are categories of this thing. I wish I could see your faces. There are categories of these things. There's a measure of wealth you have. You can still be joining commercial bus, but you can be reading a book because you can afford to buy AirPods, earplugs, or whatever. There are some people that they cannot. You're not in that level. There are some other people, they can afford to drive a car and play the same book you are playing, but they are still driving. Some other people, they are not driving themselves. They are seated, being driven, chauffeur driven, and then they are reading, taking their time to take notes. The first person can take note because it's the boss, it's not the one driving, so he can pause. But the second person, you can only listen and trust your memory to recall for you. Okay? So wealth helps you to maximize time. Instead of washing yourself, you get a washing machine, washing the dishes for you, doing your clothes for you, while you do something else. Wealth maximizes time. You are able to hire the services of a caregiver in your family, right? And the caregiver is at home, you pay the caregiver extra money. Guess what happens? You're able to do other things rather than just caring for your family. You hire a chef. Money helps you to maximize time. Wealth helps you to maximize time. Wealth consolidates habits. How do you know that you're wealthy? You see your habit being consolidated. Wealth consolidates habits. The habits of the great are fortified. The habits of the great are fortified and reinforced through consistent engagement of activities that deliver more results. Wealth enables an individual to establish practices that deliver stellar results. Wealth enables an individual to establish practices that deliver stellar results. Now, let's talk about the portrait of the wealthy. I'm moving very steadily. I'm pacing it because I want to get to the core of this conversation. When you see the wealthy, how do you know? For me as an individual, I've worked with a number of wealthy people. Again, I have an article I published on LinkedIn titled Lessons I Learned from My Wealthy Friends. And then there's another article I published, How I Became Friends with the Wealthy. How I Became Friends with the Wealthy. That's one article. Another article I published was 3 vital lessons I learned from the wealthy. You may want to get it. I think I have it in the link as well, in the reference section of this conversation, this slides. Now, I've read about wealthy people, and I've read books of people who also have studied wealthy people. And these are the things that I have found out. These are my own conclusions about the wealthy people. 7 of them. Number 1, they have discovered their areas of interest. DG, you remember this question? We were asked this question, 100 level, 2002, many years ago. 22 years ago, one wealthy man asked us this question, DG, if you can recall. Yes. He said to us, where do you, how that question again? Where do you see yourself making your utmost
The utmost
contribution to life?
contribution in life. Yeah. And I
That
use it a
wealthy
lot.
man asked us, yeah, 20, that question was 22 years ago. We're 100 level students. And he asked us, where do you see yourself making your utmost contribution to life? Wow. Wow. I have seen that the wealthy people have discovered their areas of interest. And how did they discover these areas of interest? By their passion. They find out what things they are passionate about. Some people are passionate about advocacy. They don't like people to be cheated. Some are passionate about the society, the environment. Some other people are passionate about children. Some other people are passionate about energy, technology, all kinds of stuff. And so they've discovered their areas of interest. When they check in their passion quotient towards a particular thing, and they respond to it. Some have discovered their areas of interest by just simply checking their potential. What can I do that I've not started to do? Their potential. Some others have discovered their areas of interest simply by taking advantage of the gaps in the society. When I read the story of Mr. Femi Otedola on how he got into the oil and gas industry, at the time, he said he was looking to get diesel for his company. And he went from one place to the other looking for diesel. And they told him that the country had not imported sufficient diesel for use. And then he asked himself, what would it take to become an importer of diesel? The response to that question was what made Mr. Femi Otedola start the company called Xenon Oil. This company, Xenon Oil, morphed into African Petroleum. Today, they sold off to Adova Petroleum. And now the man is into power. They have discovered their area and they latch on societal gaps. My brother, stop complaining. The complaints that you are giving, you are identifying, is a source of your wealth. If you will think it's an area of your interest. Number two, these people have developed competence in their areas of interest. They just didn't identify their areas of interest. They have developed competence. So they've gotten more credentials. And I can tell you this, friends, many years ago, Dr. David Oyedepo was going to start a second university called Landmark University. I haven't started Covenant University successfully. He was going to start Landmark University. And one day he called me and said, I'd like you to go to the university library and get me books. I didn't understand. He gave me a list of books. And he went there to get the list of books. I went there to the library, picked the books for him. And they were books on our Greek. At the time, Dr. David Oyedepo had hired 2 Greek professors that were coming to the university in Covenant to expose him to latest knowledge and insight on our Greek. And at a point in time, he said before they started university, they traveled to Israel. And you ask me, why did they go to Israel? He was going to set up the university, the second university, which was going to be focused on our Greek. He was going to set up that university in Kwara State. And Kwara State is a landlocked state. So he said, which country or city in the world is landlocked and yet a great producer of agri produce? And the response to that question was Israel. And so he said, hey, I'm going to Israel to do this. So he learned, he developed his competence. Today, that university is one of the top 5 private universities in Nigeria today. And one of the top 20 universities in Nigeria, if you have to add the public universities across board with it. One of the top 5 universities of our Greek in Nigeria, maybe not in top 3, maybe even in the top 3. So you've got to develop competence in your area of interest, acquire skills, pursue knowledge, gain experience. How do we gain experience? Let's be part of something. This is where volunteering comes in. If you have discovered your area of interest and you realize that you don't have the resources to get involved, be part of it. Be part of it. Be part of it. Okay? Number 3, How do you know the wealthy? They render service, mark the word, for earnings. They are not always givenchy. When I mean givenchy, they're not always giving. I used to be like that. I used to be like that, like every little thing, just give away, give away, give away. Or recall what I said to you earlier today. You cannot be generous if you are poor, or you can become poor if you are too generous. A wealthy renders service for earnings. How do I know this? They always say to themselves that there must be a need for their service. My friend, don't ever go into any venture that there is no need for. If you cannot establish the need for the service, you can't go into it. For those of you that joined us in January this year when we had producing better results, remember we identified 6 areas of needs, entrepreneurial needs that people have in today's world. For those that were not on that call, unfortunately, that video is not available because people paid for that session. People paid for that session, okay? So they render service for earnings. There's a need for the service. And they know that it's not enough that there's a need for the service. They have to develop the capacity to render an excellent service. You've got to learn how to render an excellent service. You've got to learn how to render an excellent service. And then number 3, they make it difficult to be replaced. The wealthy make it difficult to be replaced. My friend, if you can be a pushover, then you cannot be the one that others want to rally around. If you can be easily pushed over, you're not the one that people want to commit their resources to in business. Let there be a need for your service. Ensure you develop the capacity to render a good service, and ensure it's difficult to replace you. Number 4, portrait of the wealthy. They save from their earnings. You know why they save? Because they believe that in future, they know that the business cycles are not always the same. There's always a cycle. Today there's an abundance, tomorrow there's some scarcity. Nigeria many years ago were told there was so much abundance. One of our presidents said, or one of our heads of state said, the problem of Nigeria is not money. Our problem now is how to spend the money. I wish he kept the money very well. We wish he did more with the money. Today, maybe we'll not be doing what we're doing. And if you have read the story of Joseph in ancient Egypt, saving 25% of earnings in the first 7 years of abundance in that nation of Egypt. And when the next 7 years came and there was scarcity, all he did was to open the savings bank. And then he became even a seller to nations across the world that were experiencing scarcity and that they are not saved. The 5th thing you need to learn about the portrait of the wealthy is that they invest money from their earnings and savings. They didn't just save, they now invest. They invest money from their earnings and savings. They have ownership investments, lending investments, cash equivalents. They do all of those things. Ownership investment are just simply investments that people get to use what you own and they pay for it. Lending investment, people get to use what you own. That lending investment, you get to use what you own and pay for it. Ownership investment is you render service, you have something, and because you sent it out to work, you earn from it. And the cash equivalent, you possibly are into open money markets, open market money operations, mutual funds, and all of those things that you do. I'm not a financial expert. I do not intend to do so. When you put you on the call, is one of those financial experts. You can reach out to him. He's on the call there. Mr. Oludayo is also one of those people who can advise you on financial investments. That's one privileged guy. Life. All right, number 6, multiply their earnings. The portrait of the wealthy. See, friends, the wealthy don't earn from one source. They have more than one pipe. They have more than one pipe that brings money to them. They multiply their earnings. If you're an author or you're a creative, you will get royalty income. If you're into employment, you'll get employee income. And we're going to talk about that in a bit, just in a bit. Just follow me, just hang on there and follow me. If you are into business, you get business income. And if you send your money on air and you invest, you get investment income. All right? So, but these wealthy people, they multiply their earnings. So you see them, they'll tell you, we don't collect salary. I mean, yes, you don't collect salary then, but they do stuff. One of those days I was looking for ways to become, I needed more streams of income. I'm going to talk about streams of income in a bit as well. I need more streams of income. So I said, what do I have? What capacity do I have? What things can I do to earn money? And I've heard people say to me, oh, doctor, you can speak, you can do it. So I said, okay, maybe I should become a public speaker and start to earn money. But before I had to dive into that field, guess what I did, friend? And I think is what you should do. I went on to study about entrepreneurial speaking. And I have 3 articles I published on LinkedIn titled How to Become an Entrepreneurial Speaker. How to Become an Entrepreneurial Speaker. 1, 2, 3. How to Become an Entrepreneurial Speaker. And so I read about many people who were earning a lot of money. 2009, DG, you remember this call? You remember you were with me, DG. 2009. Were you with me? I'm not sure. Maybe you heard the story. We invited Ben Carson to Nigeria.
What do you mean by I was not with me? You want to remind you how you blasted the phone?
Yes, we were right beside me. We invited Dr. Ben Carson to Nigeria. And at the time Ben Carson was going to come to speak to us at Covenant, he was charging $75,000. And when he asked us to pay, because $75,000 for engagement, but he was going to spend a few hours with us in Covenant. So our own portion was about 2 million naira that we had to pay. And we had to hire a helicopter to pick him up in Lagos and then fly him into Ota. Unfortunately, another university was smarter than us. They did not allow him to get on that helicopter, so he did not fly. Meanwhile, we had kept an audience waiting in the auditorium for him. We kept them waiting there. They were singing, they were shouting, whereas the man had gone to another school entirely. And so I was waiting at the pad where he was supposed to land. I just got a call saying he has been hijacked to another university. I just smashed my phone and I said, hijack what? And I smashed my phone. But guess what? So I don't lose the conversation. 75,000 USD. I went and I started to lean on what I call Speakers Bureau, Washington Speakers Bureau, Premier Speakers Bureau. I went on those bureaus and I started checking how much do these guys earn. Madeleine Albright. I started to check how much these people earn. Did a study of Bill Clinton and his wife, Hillary Clinton, in a particular year, 200 million USD, only from speaking fees. Only from speaking fees. And I said, I'm going to build myself to the point where I can also earn money speaking. Today, all of that is history. I earn money from speaking today. And I mean good money. And I'm grateful to God. But I learned that. So besides the consulting practice I do, I also have other streams of income. So you've got to multiply your earnings, okay? The final thing I've noticed from the portrait of the wealthy is they leave a legacy by giving to wealthy causes. See, the wealthy people are the ones that start foundations. Today, we talk about the Rockefeller Foundation, talk about the David Oyedepo Foundation. Maybe I should speak about the David Oyedepo Foundation because I was involved in that particular activity. There was one year, excuse me, there was one particular year, Dr. Oyedepo was going to give scholarships to students, and he told me that his budget was 200 million. 200 million. And he was going to give scholarships to students in both Landmark University and Covenant. I said, okay, sir, no problem. So we got applications, we screened the applications, and when we're done, everything amounted to 168 million. And I remember giving him that paper, and I said, sir, we are done, and we have 168 million. And he yelled at me, you have not maximized the budget. I say, hey, man, I've saved you money now. Why must you spend everything? My goodness. Oh my goodness. He said, no, we still have more money to give. People must go to school. You see, the wealthy people see themselves as agents of community development. They are trustees of the poor, influencers of societal change. They are gap fillers. They are people developers. And this is how you know the well-being. My friend, look at this portrait and ask yourself, what part of it are you on? What part of it are you on? Have you discovered your areas of interest? Are you developing, or have you developed competence in your areas of interest? Are you rendering service? Are you rendering service for earnings? Are you saving from your earnings? Are you investing from your earnings and savings? Are you multiplying your earnings? And are you leaving a legacy for worthy causes? My friend, we now come to the crux of this matter today. For many of us who were at the last personal transformation seminar, for those of you that didn't join us, I think about 2 weeks ago. For those of you that didn't join us 2 weeks ago, we have, is James, are you speaking to us? You want to mute your mic? There you go. All right. So for those of you that didn't join us, you can go on my YouTube channel. I'm going to share my YouTube channel. You'll find the session that we held 2 weeks ago. Now, I hope I've not lost you all. Are you still here with me? Is everybody still here with me?
Give me that section.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, great. All right, fine.
Yes,
Great.
we are here.
All right, thank you. Great. I know I've spoken so fast. I want to keep to the time that I promised you. So that's why. Forgive me. You can always go back and watch this video and learn from it. Now, let's get to this formula. I mean, I had to design this formula myself okay. This formula was basically because I wanted to learn. I also wanted to solve my own financial problems. This formula will work if you are in small business. It will work for your personal finance. So it is this: TIN, which is target income, equals current lifestyle plus FFG. And FFG there means ILS, which is improved lifestyle, plus assets, that is your new or first-time acquisitions. My friend, do you know, we had talked about you must, I think we talked about something earlier on where we said you must render service for earnings. How much exactly should you be making in your life this year? How much exactly do you want to make in your life this year? If we're in a physical class, I have a 13 question puzzle. And if Vanessa will confirm, Vanessa, you can confirm that you went through this particular session with us in JOS, where I had to ask you how much do you want to earn, where do you see yourself on your currency level? Vanessa, are you here? Are you able to affirm that you've gone through that session before with us? Yes, you have. Okay. Now, how much do you want to earn? What is your target income? How do you even determine how much you want to earn? You see, my friend, a number of us just say, I just need money that is enough to take care of all my current obligations, which is what we call current lifestyle. The current lifestyle will mean all of the things that you can spend money on, that you spend money on currently. Your children's school fees, your rent, your obligations to family, your obligations to charity. You know, all those monies you spend, all those things that you spend money on today, your current lifestyle. And that's where some people end. Some people just end at TIN equals CLS. And guess what? They earn just enough to be able to live their life as it is today. And that's where the problem is. If something changes in society tomorrow, they've got no hope. Because all of their income is supposed to just solve their current lifestyle. But I'm asking you to consider the future. And consider the future by first of all asking yourself, I'm going to have an improved lifestyle. For example, you're a single person. You're single and you live in a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom apartment, or you're even living with an uncle, or you're living with a friend, a neighbor, and all of that, or a family member. You know that after a period of time, you've got to move. And you're going to move into your own apartment, or you're going to get married and you and your wife will go into somewhere else or whatever. So you want to start to make provisions for that level of your life. Okay? Number 2 is, let's imagine you have a car today. And you know your car can only serve you for what it is. Now you're thinking of changing your car. That's an improved lifestyle. You're going to start to plan for it. Again, let's talk about children. For those of you who are parents here, you have your children. They are in nursery school, nursery and primary school, and they've started to get to the point where they will start to go into the university. Oh, I'm sorry, pardon me, from primary school as well, secondary school, that's next. If they want to go into primary, no, what am I saying? Primary school to secondary school, okay? Now, you know the cost of secondary school is higher than primary school. Guess what? You start to prepare for that improved lifestyle. Improved lifestyle. Okay? So, many of us do not prepare for such. And so when things like that happen to us, we are either running from pillar to post looking for who can, bail us out. But today I'm asking you, the target income you should have should be defined by these things. And what are assets? I call them new or first-time acquisitions. So if you've never gotten a car, if you don't have a car, it is not defined as improved lifestyle. It's an asset, it's a new acquisition. And the moment you have one, it now becomes part of your current lifestyle. Now, when you're about to change it, that's improved lifestyle. If you don't have landed property, you don't have a house, you don't have all of those things, all those first-time major acquisitions, whether fixed asset or current asset that you don't have, you want to be able to classify them in that manner. So, my friend, this is where the practical session is. And I need you to please do, I'm not with you where you are, but I need you to please do this for me. If you are going to have a good time with this session, how much do you think is your CLS today? All the things you spend money on today, is it 5 million or 10 million? Or is it 3 million? Try and put a number to it. Please, I beg you, just try and put a number to it right now. Your current lifestyle. All the things you spend money on. Clothes, food, drinks, transport, the internet. Okay, now there's a problem. Some people don't even know the number. They've not been calculating it before. Now wahala has come. Okay, you see? You want to be rich, yet you have not been keeping a tab on how your money is flow. See the problem? I'm happy you're here. Okay, somebody has gone to check and drop the links to all the articles are published and is sending it to me. Some of us don't even know some of us don't know the articles that were published. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm getting distracted. Some of us don't know how much money we are earning and we are spending in a year. In a year, we don't know how much money we are spending in a year. That's a problem. How much did you spend in your entire life last year, 2023? Do you know? I remember last year, I asked my wife at the beginning of the year, I said to her, I want to end the year with X amount. Remember? I said, I want to end the year with X amount. I want to end the year with X amount. Somebody is saying Wahala. Ayomide is saying Wahala. The talk by Samuel Adewu is saying, Doc, this now Wahala. Thank God I'm here. Okay, so a number of people do not know how much they earn. So you possibly will not be targeting a particular kind of income. So you possibly will find yourself just earning anything and say you just live buy and buy. That's where the problem is. You don't want to get there at all. So first of all, put a figure to your current lifestyle. So no worries. If you don't know it, it's okay. But now you're on this point where you now need to ask yourself, what do I spend money on? And how much does this amount to in a year? That's your CLS. Now, of the things that you currently spend money on, how many of them are likely going to change or are likely going to demand more from you next year? Now, look at the twist to this formula. Please follow me. Look at the twist to this formula. I'm not going to ask you to put the difference. I'm going to ask you to put the exact cost of that thing, not the difference. So in case you want to change your phone and your current phone is 100,000, I'm saying put the cost of the new phone, not the difference. Okay, not the difference. The cost of the full one, not the difference. Are you there with me? Have I lost you? Have I lost you? Okay, you're here. We're getting it. Now, your current lifestyle, you have an amount. Your improved lifestyle, you are living 2 bedroom this year, you're going to 3 bedroom. Write down the cost of that 3 bedroom apartment. You are changing your car. Give me the cost of the new car, not your current car, not the difference between the new and the old. The cost of the new car. You are moving your son this year is going to secondary school. Give me the cost of the school fees, not the difference between the school fees, secondary school fees and the primary. No. The real costs. Now, all of those monies now equal your improved lifestyle. Now ask yourself, what do you want to spend money on? What do you want to acquire? What do you want to acquire in the next 12 months? A land? A car? What asset do you want to acquire? What assets do you want to acquire in the next 12 months? List the asset and put the amount of money there. List the asset and put the amount of money there. Your current lifestyle, list all the things you spend money on and put the money there. Your improved lifestyle, the things that are going to change in the next 12 months, put the amount of money there. The assets you want to acquire, put the money there. I know some of you are already getting depressed because of what the money looks like, the amount looks like. I beg you, please don't lose steam. This is not where you want to lose confidence in yourself. Remember all the things that we talked about earlier on. I still have some suggestions for you in a few minutes, which will help you achieve all of these things that we're saying. Even if you're not going to follow this, I think just get to know it. Just get to know it. For some of you, you have assumed the numbers. And what I want you to do right now is just to assume the numbers. Okay, because I want you to move on with me. I want us to move on in this class. Let's assume that your CLS is 5 million. And your FFG together is 15 million. CLS is 5 million. And your FFG together is 15 million, making 20 million. So what is 20 million now? Your target income, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
20 million, right? 20
Yes,
million.
Doc. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. So if 5 million is your current lifestyle, and then your improved lifestyle and your assets joined together is 15 million, so that means your target income is 20 million. So you are telling yourself, in the next 12 months, I want to pull in 20 million naira. And the only way I will know I pulled in this money is because I will have been able to achieve X, Y, Z, all these things I've listed. And the question is, where will I get the 20 million? So the target income now brings you to another question. Where will this income flow from? Where will this income flow from? Let's imagine your target income is 20 million. Where will it come from? I want to advise you that the minimum streams of income you should have should be 4. 4 streams of income. The first man that was created, we're told that what sustained him were 4 rivers. The river Tigris, the river Pison, the river Gihon, and the river Euphrates. Today is not the day for me to tell you the implication of each of those rivers. One of the rivers there means rush. You need an income that is gushing, meaning is hot sale. That's one. There's another one that means fortified. One of those four rivers. I mean, today is not the day for that. To go into the etymology of that one, maybe another day. Now, at least have 4 streams of income. Now, I'm going to help you identify those streams of income. Here's my suggestion to you in the next slide. Your income, I have helped you to divide your income into personal income and family income. Personal income and family income. Please follow. For those of you that are listening to this conversation with your spouses, thank you very much. Oga, thank you for joining. Madam, thank you for joining. And your husband possibly dragged you into this. This is the reason. Oga, Madam possibly dragged you into this. Thank you for joining. Now, let's look at this from a personal perspective. And I'm going to get to family income very shortly. Your income should not just be personal. It should be personal and family income. For those of you that are alone, it remains personal. Okay? But for those of you that have partners, it is you and your partner. But let's talk about the personal people first. 3 major streams for you. The employment stream, the enterprise engagement stream, and the investment stream. Employment stream, enterprise engagement stream, and the investment stream. Now, my friends, the reason some of us went on to pursue higher degrees and higher certifications was because it was going to enhance our relevance in the place of work. And enhancing our relevance in the place of work meant we're going to be attracting higher income, what we call employment income. But here's my suggestion for you, or to you. There must be a demand for your capabilities. If there is no demand for the competencies that you have, you are not likely to pull an employment income that will be good enough for you. There must be a demand, and that's why you have had people do career transitioning. Some people have left biz admin, they are not transitioning into tech because they know that earning in tech will give them some money. Okay? Number 2, some people can never be rich in the company they work with. And I'm saying this with all my heart, and I say this with all my heart. Some people you can never be rich in the company you work with. Some people have become rich because of the company they work with. Some people have become rich because of the company they work in. Imagine your company is doing so well and they give you stock options and they do profit sharing. For your own company, you wait until the 15th to get even the mega salary you want to get. Okay? You will never be rich in such a company. Employment income in that place will not help you at all. So for some of us, we need to start to rethink. Why are you waiting so long in a place where you spend so much hours and we will never change your current lifestyle and will not even prepare you for your improved lifestyle? You're wasting time. Your employer is not responsible for your riches. But if you are working in an industry that will not support what your financial goals and aspirations are, you may need to rethink or consider other streams. But if there's employment income you're looking to get, you must ensure that there's a demand for your capabilities and there's a quality. The quality of the company you work in is so that it can support your gains. Look at this woman that worked with, what's her name? Can everybody remind me? The COO of Facebook, Meta. No, not Zenith Bank. COO of Facebook. I didn't just run off my head now. Sheryl Sandberg, I remember her. Sheryl Sandberg, many of us don't know her. For the ladies on this call, go and read her book titled Lean In. Lean In, Sheryl Sandberg. Can somebody help me type it? And if you, Joshua, if you can help me get the Google link, the Amazon link for it, just put it in the major chat, okay? So Sheryl Sandberg was the CEO of Yahoo. CEO of Yahoo. Lean In, that's the book. The CEO of Yahoo. She went on to be COO of Facebook, which now became Meta. All she earned all her life was employment income. Employment income. Jack Welch, all he earned all his life was employment income. You can imagine if you are a general manager or a senior manager in a multinational oil and gas company in Nigeria. The employment income will far supersede people that have small companies up and down. Do you get it now? And so be careful where you work. If it's going to stifle your financial growth, increase the demand for your capabilities, or look at other strengths. Now let's get to point B, enterprise engagements. Enterprise engagements, meaning as an individual, besides employment income, you want to go into business. And I didn't use the word business here, and that's why I carefully did not use the word business. I said enterprise engagement, things that enable you to earn income. One of such is to be, yes, Joshua, give me, okay, that's the book. Okay, thank you, Dolakwo. So for the ladies, you can go into the chat, you'll see the title of the book, and you'll see the Amazon link on it. If you can buy it on Amazon, fine. If you want to go look for it in any local bookstore around you, please go in. It's a recommendation. Okay? So, become a professional to be sought after. Friends, today, people are looking for certain professionals. They have become what I call consultants. Consultants. Later this year, sometime in September, I'm going to be running a conference titled Becoming a Consultant to Kings, How to Solve Problems of People of Influence. I'm going to show that to you in a bit. So, enterprise engagement, become a professional to be sought after. Who is looking for your services beyond your employer? Who else is looking for your services beyond your employer? Who else wants to engage you beyond your employer? If no one is looking for the things that you have beyond your employer, there's a problem, my friend. There's a problem. You've got to be a professional, be a doctor, pursue your your medical line to the point where you are the best. Be a fellow of the West African College of Surgeons. Go ahead and pursue all of those things. Become a chartered accountant. Become a professional human resource become a certified project management person. Pursue these things to the highest form. My friend, as an expert, you attract more resources to yourself than the quacks or the mediocre. You can't settle for less. You want to earn more? Am I saying education is what it is? No, I'm saying be the best in anything you found yourself in. Be the best so that you can be sought after. Do you know how much counts sell? Okay, I'll tell you the story. So there's a man called Peter J. Daniels. Peter J. Daniels today is about 88 years old. He's an Australian businessman. An Australian businessman. You know what he said? He said sometime in his life, he gave a 10 minutes advice to a company in Texas. 10 minutes advice to a company in Texas. They paid him $1 million. 10-minute advice, $1 million. Do you know how long I've been speaking to you now? People. You know how long I've been talking to you now? You're laughing. You know how long I've been speaking to you? This man gave a 10-minute advice and they paid him $1 million USD. Guess why? Because it is Peter Daniels. It is Peter Daniels. That's what it is. A few years ago, I was in a speaking engagement and Ali Baba, the comedian, was there. And he said his appearance fee to appear alone. At that time, I think about 7 years ago or 10 years ago, was 2 million naira just to appear. Then is engagement fee. Another set of money. What? It is because it's Alibaba. And that's why we all must grow in our profession so that we can be sought after. People are looking for the best. Number 2, enterprise engagement, sell products. Sell products. You are either selling products directly or becoming a broker. There's what we call finder's fee. You know somebody that needs something, and you know the person that can provide it, but they don't know each other. Broker that relationship and collect a brokerage fee. You still keep your employment. You still keep your employment. Many of us have relations, and this is where relationships come to bear. Many of us need to maximize our relationships. You know someone who does something very well, and you know the market where they will need what he does. Be a broker. Sell products and services. Whether you own them or you don't own them, sell products and services. Go and do Oriflame. Go and do, what's the other one that they do again? What's the second part of Oriflame? Oh, what is that one? I don't know the name again. I know Oriflame because my wife does Oriflame. Forever living product. GNLD. I mean, multi-level marketing. Sell something, my friend. Sell something. Sell something. Dangote sold. They have sold everybody. The richest men in Nigeria today are selling. Sell something. So sell products, sell services. Whether you own them or you, who says you cannot get, just look at a consultant that knows how to get things done. Go and help that consultant broker a deal and get it from there. You just want to be able to achieve your 20 million naira target. And then number C, because of time, I need to move faster now, is investments. Investment, we talked about this earlier on. Ownership investment, learning investment. You've got to know how to invest your money. Inflation is real. The way affliction is real, inflation is real. The way affliction is real, inflation is also real. So you cannot afford not to invest your resources. Invest your resources and then you increase. Let's go to the family parts. Some of you may not know these acronyms on the screen. And some of you may know it. Can I plead with all our men and all the married people on this call, where it is possible, ensure you are a dual earning family. Except you think that the single earner in your family has sufficient resources to cover for your CLS and FMG. So that's what we call DINK. Dual income, no kids. This describes a couple where both partners are employed but haven't chosen to have children. They choose not to have children. Okay? What happens is that this kind of household, they have a higher disposable income because they don't have any expense associated with raising kids. Can the parents on this call tell me, please, parents, are you spending money or you're not spending money? Even the latest parents in Abuja, are you spending money or you're not spending money? Do you know how much they call Pampers now? Looks like parents are not on this call. Parents, are you spending money or not? The children are
spending, doctor.
A lot of money, isn't it?
Plenty money.
Yes, sir.
Baba, the latest father. Lillian, I hear you. People are spending a lot of money. And so imagine that you and your husband or you and your wife were earning the money you are earning today and you had no kids. You will have higher disposable income. And that your 20 million naira target will be easier to hit. So there's a class of people called dual income, no kids. And that's why some people They wait a while before they have kids. They wait a while. But people say, oh, the culture in Africa forbids that you wait a while. People start thinking you have a fertility problem. Is that a problem? Let them think you have fertility problem. But you know you don't have. You are building your family. You are building your family. Again, dual income, no kids may also be older people who we call empty nesters. All their children have left them, but they are still earning. All their children have left them, but they are still earning. So they are dual income, no kids. So whether their income comes from employment income or comes from business income or from royalty income, whatever it is, you know, that's what it is. All right. So with the second category, Ebenezer, what are you writing? What is 8,600?
Okay, so you were asking how much is Pampers now. I say 8,600.
So, I mean, Adeshola, so is it 8,600 you're spending in Abuja or you're spending more than that? I mean, because Ebenezer is saying that it's 8,600.
Yeah, it's close to that.
It's close to that.
Yeah.
I celebrate you. You can imagine the Nigeria we live where there's no power. Okay, Ebenezer said he just bought now. Keys kid, 8,600. Now you can imagine in Nigeria that there's no power. You've got to buy fuel. You have to take care of your child. It's a lot of work. So it is another reason why the family has got to have dual income. So number two, I'm going to share something very personal just at the end of this. Number two is dually employed with kids. This one's both partners work, but they have children. So while the Duke households may also have a good income, they will likely have different spending priorities compared to the Dinks. The Dinks have a different spending priority, but I mean, these ones have more focus on child-related expenses. That 8,600 naira could have done something else. Can you imagine how many of those 8,600, and Baba, how many of those cans of milk that you have bought? And for those of us still raising children, how many of the clothes that you have changed because they are fast outgrowing the clothes you bought for them? And some of us are screaming, why are you just growing? You're just growing big. Sister, you are feeding them well. That's why they're growing big. And guess what? You've got to give them good clothes to wear. That's why it's important that families, I mean, if you have a partner, you want to begin to do this together. Okay? Number three. There's what we call single income, no kids. Maybe a couple of people on this call are on that table. Single income, no kids. This can be single people, not just single income, not just unmarried. It can be married people. Only one person is working, but they don't have children. Okay? Single income, not single by marital status. This is used to describe single people or couples living on one income with no kids. Okay, there are people like that. There's a family like that. Single income, no kids. Again, their spending priorities will be different. And then there's what we call single earner with kids. Households where there's only one income earner and they have children. If the income is not big, trust me, there'll be heat in the house. There'll be heat in the house. This is by no means an instruction, but it counts. And I've seen this change in my life. A few years ago, my wife called me and said, can we start to do joint account? I said, I beg, I'm not doing joint account. Joint account for what? And I'll tell you why I did not do it. For my brother, my male friends on this call, it was because at the time, she was earning a lot more than I was doing. So I thought to myself, if I joined her to do joint account, and we should start saving money, very soon she'll be saving more than I would be. She'll be contributing more than I would be contributing. And somehow it was going to damage my ego. I mean, I'm being honest with you. I'm being vulnerable here. It was going to damage my ego. So I said, no, I'm not doing it. But guess what? It put a strain on my finances. So I joined cooperative. I said I'll join cooperative. Cooperative will help me. And I joined the cooperative society. But when we moved into Lagos, and I realized that if I was to do everything by myself, since I'm not El Shaddai, because Augusta, Ogama, single earner with kids. Family man, family woman, and you're a single earner with kids. You are not El Shaddai. You shall die if you don't take time. You are not El Shaddai. You shall die if you don't take time. I'm serious. You are. The pressure is a lot now. Before people start transferring untold aggression, we need to start to learn to do these things. For those of you who are single, you want to start to have conversation about your financial future with your partners now. So I agreed with my wife and we opened joint accounts. I need a joint account. Joint accounts. There is one that caters for strictly our rent and children's school fees and needs. One bucket. The second bucket is created for what we call projects. Oh, you want to have a project, you want to buy a car, you want to buy land, you want to build a house, second account for that. And the third account for what I call financial freedom, lifestyle account. That's the least invested in. Lifestyle account means we want to just go to Paris. We just want to go to Lumorock. We just want to go to this and this. If there's no money in that account, we're not going nowhere. Go and work hard to put money there. And for us, we just did that, just to help ourselves. And I can tell you, it's been a blessing. I'm not compelling you to do it, but I believe that two are always better than one because they have a reward for their labor. One will put to flight 1,000 and two will put to flight 10,000. But if you think you earn a lot, that in fact your wife does not need to work, it's okay. It is by all means okay. As far as you can help her attain a CLS plus FFG. If you can help your wife attain CLS plus FFG, let her sit down at home. But let me tell you what you're also doing to her. You are not allowing her to make the most of her entrepreneurial potentials. Allow her also to deploy the capabilities that she has to doing these things. As we try to close, for your lifestyle management, because again, all of the target income has to do with lifestyle. I have 4 suggestions for you. Number 1 is on your financial obligations. My brother and my sister, live below your means. Inflation is real and it can lead to affliction. Don't call it the devil. Prioritize savings and minimize debt. Get out of debt. G-O-O-D is a good philosophy. Get out of debt. Prioritize savings. Put some money aside all the time. It is the culture more than the volume that matters. It is the habit more than the amount that matters. Save. Put something aside. You will not be easily stranded. But if every time you're always broke, your account is always red, you're always telling people, I'm bleeding, I'm bleeding, I'm bleeding. Why are you hemorrhaging? Minimize debt. We are told that the borrower will always be servant to the lender. Number 2, as we talk about your lifestyle management, be future focused. Have clear financial goals. That target income, don't say, I just want to be rich. How rich do you want to be? I told my wife last year, I said, I want to have this X amount of money as net balance at the end of 2023. You can attest to it. I hit the goal and surpassed it. I hit the goal and surpassed it. Because when you set those goals, it begins to change you. Later this year, we're going to be running a personal transformation academy. And one of the major things we're going to be teaching people there is how to set clear goals across the 7 domains of their life. My friends who are in IDL, who come from IDL, Integrated Dairies Limited on this call, they've had the best of me. We had that session and it worked very well. Number 2, there's still number 2, track your expenses. Many of us are not tracking our expenses. You go to shopping mall, they give you a receipt, you're throwing it away. I'm not saying you should keep the receipts. I'm saying have an understanding of where your money is going to. And then invest for long term. Invest for long term. Number 3, enhance, this one I cannot overemphasize this, enhance your earning potential. The greatest place to invest is in yourself. Read books. Read books. Read biographies. If you want to be like anybody, go and read how they went through life. Invest in yourself. Wealth building is more about self-development. Invest in yourself. Invest in your brain. Read books. Read books. Read books. Listen to tapes. Attend programs like this. It just helps you to increase your awareness and your consciousness of the things that make your life change. Negotiate your pay. Some of my friends, some of my people will listen, they will watch this video even later on. A few years ago, I was working with an organization and it was a good one. We're doing well. So my contract ended and they were going to renew my contract. And I said, I'm sorry, I cannot earn that amount of money again. They say, hey, Nigeria is hard. Nigeria is difficult. I said, yes, but I'm not the same person you hired 3 years ago. I've changed. The value I bring to the table now is a lot more. Friends, I went from, let's call it 100%, let's call it 1, and I went to 1.5x of what I was earning. And guess what I asked for? I got it. I got what I asked for. Negotiate your pay. And then build up multiple streams. Today, I'm starting a public speaking class in May 2024. When I published that project, I said I wanted to do public speaking. From the time I published it till today, I've had 4 people telling me they want one-on-one coaching session. One-on-one coaching session. I've developed the curriculum for them. Of the people that said they wanted to come to the master class, they're paying 50K. You pay for the master class. You want one-on-one session is times 4. Times 4 of it. That's multiple stream of income. I have 2 students that I support for their postgraduate program. They're doing postgraduate program. And I support them, not because they are lazy, but because they need a second eye. And the second eye costs money, isn't it? Those of you that use glasses, does the second eye not cost money? Yeah, it does. So the second eye to look at your project also costs money. And I charge them good money. Ayomide, you know them, don't you? Ayomide, you know, don't you? Are you still there, Ayomide?
Yes, I do, Doc. Yes, I do, sir.
Yeah, you do. That's all. So besides the companies that I have on retainer, besides consulting, independent speaking engagement, I can list 6 streams of income that I have today. As of 2018, when I left a regular 9-to-5 job, I was earning X amount. Today, it is over 600% of what I was earning. Over 600%. Over 600% on a monthly basis. Build multiple streams of income. Number 4, have a wealth mindset. Believe in yourself. Abundance is natural and you deserve it. My friend, you deserve that beautiful car. You deserve that beautiful house. I need you to begin to visualize your future. Imagine yourself going on that trip. Imagine yourself going on that trip. Imagine yourself going on that trip. And then practice gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. If what you have in your hand is not sufficient to be called a harvest, turn it into a seed. Because a seed is in its minutest form, and the harvest is in its finished state. If what you have in your hand is not sufficient to be called a harvest, turn it into a seed. Practice gratitude. Be grateful for one, it will multiply to become many. And then have a positive self-image. Don't think of yourself less. Don't think of yourself less. Those who are richer than you are not better than you. They have only practiced things that you have not practiced. They have only engaged principles that you have not engaged. Finally, practice the law of attraction. What does the law of attraction say? It says your life will gravitate towards your most dominant thoughts. Think greatness. Think prosperity. In conclusion, my friends, Here are my final 6 statements to you. Don't kill yourself. Wealth is a journey and not a sprint. Run away from quick money, getting rich quick schemes. Wealth building is a journey and not a sprint. Number 2, build in reserves. Build in reserves. Always have a reserve. And when I say build in reserves, I'm not just referring to build in reserves. I'm not just referring to money. Build in reserves for friends. There are friends of mine on this call that we are in right now, that we're on right now, that if I have a financial need, they will come to my rescue. Deji, won't you come to my rescue?
Sure, very good.
Yeah, I'm going to call you out. Adeshola, won't you come to my rescue if I have a financial need now? Calling your names one by one.
I will.
So your committee is on record. Dr. Mercy, won't you come to my rescue if I have a need now? Dr. Mercy, won't you come to my rescue? Won't you? Slasher, won't you come to my rescue if I have a financial need? Won't you come to my rescue? Many of you on this call, it's not even just a few. All of you on this call will come to my rescue. Mrs. Samuel Adewi, won't you come to my rescue if I have a financial need now? Mrs. Olakorede, won't you come? Vu, won't you come? Simon, won't you come? All of you will come. Won't you come?
Most definitely.
You will come. You will come. And the reason is this: we've got to build in reserves. Build in reserves. Have friendship reserve. Have financial reserve. Have spiritual reserve. Have physical reserve. Don't get exhausted all the time. They say there's some things should be done by tomorrow. You say, I'm tired, I cannot do the proposal tomorrow. You finish yourself. Build in reserve. Number 3, 1 is too small a number to achieve greatness. Some of you this year, you need to go into some collaboration. You've been trying to get this thing done all by yourself. This is the time to enter into partnerships. You've got the idea, but you've not got the resources. Get into partnership. Number 4, network well. Network well with people. Maybe sometime later on in the year, we will teach ourselves. I'll possibly bring you to another personal transformation seminar. I'll talk about the power of networking. And I'll be sharing with you there how networking has saved me a lot in my life. I've never been stranded, not because I'm good. I've never been stranded because people are around. That's just it. That's the reason. I've never been stranded because people are around. I'm not exhausting myself, don't worry. Number 5, knowledge only becomes power when applied. Knowledge only becomes power when applied. My friend, when I said build in reserves, and I said don't exhaust yourself, I mean don't stress yourself. By all means, stretch yourself, but don't stress yourself. Number 5, knowledge only becomes power when applied. Your knowledge is not powerful if you're not applying it. And number 6, note this, I made very well. No one can make you inferior without your consent. No one can make you inferior without your consent. Having said that, my friend, here are some of the recommended materials. You will get a list of you'll get the slides. The Dolapo will send the slides to you. If you have not registered, if you only came here by the link you saw on Instagram or a friend shared with you, please, there's Dolapo Ibikunle on the call right now. Dolapo, please drop your email. If you want to get the slides, you need to talk to Dolapo. The other way for me to do this is to just attach the slides to the chat, and everybody will take it from there. Just a second. So please, by all means, we want you to have your email address. You may want to drop your email address with us today. Dolapo is on the call. She would take your Okay, they just dropped his email address. Dolapo, please pick the email addresses as they pick it. They want the material. They want the material. So, but the links are still very good. The links are still, we need your email because of other resources we want to share with you. I'm also attaching the slide to the chat at the moment. If you joined us from elsewhere, we will not have your record to share the slide with you. So that's why we're asking you for your email. Damilawa, LSD, good to see you. I see your Ekwe sister here, and I see your KJA sister here as well. I see your KRD sister too as well. Grace, are you here? Grace, is that you? All right. Dolapo, are you picking it?
Yes, I am.
Let's take a shot. All right, I'll be willing to take questions if there are any. And where the answers do not reside in me, I'll ask people here to help me answer the question. As we try to wrap this, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, and I do not want to keep you longer than expected. Please ask your questions if you want to. Seek clarification. Don't make me look like a bad person. For those of you on the chat, you're on the chat.
No question.
Yeah, Pastor DJ, yeah.
Just wanted to appreciate you for everything as well. Thank you for the great insights. I was really blessed. And I think one of the things I got here for what I got is that whatever our income is tripartite in nature. That means it should involve our past, our present, and our future. So to always handle our income that way, that's enough financial intelligence for us to plan, and it can really generate to wealth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good man, everybody. So Deji's going to be speaking in June, personal transformation seminar. It is going to be our speaker. Deji lives. He's a project management specialist. He's also a productivity specialist. So he's going to be talking to us in June on mindset. He's going to be speaking to us on mindset, the power of mindset. Deji is a scrum master. He's a master of many things. I mean, he did not do these things at the medical level or average level. He's been trying to pull me. I think it's my weight. If I shed weight a little bit, DJ, I think I'll be easier to pull. So I'll make a day with us. For those of you that we have your email address, so we'll be sending you that invitation come June. And any other program we have, we'll be inviting you to join with us. Oyebuchi, thank you for joining, and thank you for sharing your email. Does anybody else have any comment or question? I really would love to hear from you people, please. It's important I hear from you. Please, it's important. Any comments, any questions?
Good evening. This is
Nkem, yes, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. I want to personally thank you. I know the last class I asked some questions and we came through with the promise that we will do this class as a follow-up in answer to my question. And I want to say I am super grateful. And while we're talking, I'm with my pen and paper now, calculating my income, calculating. It's eye-opening. I really wish my husband joined me in this because it's been a kind of concern. And like then, my book is full, as in up to my DSTV light, well, everything is on paper. When he comes back, I'm going to have a deep conversation on this matter. And if
take it easy.
Refer to the YouTube channel for him to watch. I'm hoping that you publish it too. I'm
going to publish this tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doc. I'm super blessed meeting you, and it's been a whole world of transformation. Both the trainings, doing the CIPM trainings that
yes.
Bless you. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Your wife and your family. I can't
Thank you.
imagine. I'm looking for, you said you would host us. I'm looking forward to meeting her too. She must be a blessed
Don't worry.
person. I want to
I'll let you know when
places.
I'll let you know when I'll let you know when I'm hosting you. I'll let
Thank
you
you
know. I'll let
so
you know.
much. This is an eye opener. Really, for me,
You're
it's an eye
welcome.
opener. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you.
Thank
God bless you, sir.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nkem. This is our 4th meeting. We met the first time at CIP and we had 3 days of
Yes.
engagement together.
Wow.
And then
Yes.
again, we had another one. We came for personal transformation and we met again
Yes.
last week.
We met yesterday.
And then
We had a training
yesterday,
right?
yeah, we had a training yesterday, yes.
Yes.
And here we
God
are
protect
again today.
you. May bless you to this
So,
generation.
so you are Toyo, you are surpassed Toyo now. Toyo cannot compete anymore.
Yes, so Toyo has been challenging me. Toyo.
Okay, we know our position in the queue. I'm not going to say what.
All right. Let me answer a question. Let me answer the question sent in by David. David is asking in the chat. Mrs. David is asking in the chat how to save without neglecting present needs and feeling unhappy with present life while being future focused. Okay, so like I said to you earlier on, I said the saving is about the culture, not so much about the amount. And so again, when you're saving towards something. You're saving towards something, so you want to have a goal. And you don't want to save money to the detriment of your life today. Why are you saving for a future that you're not keeping today? You're not keeping yourself today to see. There are people who have stashed money because they want to be able to do something in the future, yet the quality of their life today is very terrible. And I have perspectives on some of these things. And sometimes some people tell me it's an extreme perspective. There are places that you can be a landlord in now. You're a landlord, you own the house. And the quality of life around that area is so terrible that it's better to be paying rent somewhere else and get a better quality of life. Some people are landlords in places where no good water, no good road, no good school, no good many things, but it's my house. It's my house. And the quality of your life is so poor. Even the people you are living around, they are reducing the quality of your mind. But you are landlord. Landlord where? And so let's be careful how we save for the future and deprive ourselves of the quality of life that we need to do today. So don't neglect present needs. So grow. And money has compound effect. Money has compound effect. If you save and you are disciplined enough to compound it, you get more value for it. So don't feel unhappy with your present life, but being future focused. You've got to live a very joyful life. Practice gratitude. Again, Mrs. David, practice gratitude and grow. I've told you okay, maybe you're not on this call. My first salary at the job was 26,500 naira. And I'm not talking about in the 1990s. It was in 2000s. 26,500 naira gross salary. Gross salary. That was my salary. When I got married to my wife, I was earning 50,500 naira in 2010. That was 14 years ago. 50K, 500 naira was how we got married. I entered into 100,000 naira. And from then, to be honest with you, my first child came and I was under 150. I was still under 150K. 2 children under 150K, and that's how we lived. But we started to save, keep money aside, set money aside. I done a cooperative, and that's how I was able to buy my car. That enabled me to be able to afford a car. So you may want to also look for schemes. I've been careful not to mention any scheme on this call. My own responsibility as a coach, as a trainer, is to talk about the principles and maybe share examples for practice. Okay, I hope that helps you, Mrs. David. David himself is asking, I also want to know the steps to take to quit a 9-to-5 job. David, the step to take to quit a 9-to-5 job. I can tell you how people quit jobs. Number one, a storm will come into your life and he'll push you out of the job. Number two, there'll be some what I call pull factors, some things that can entice you. You see an opportunity, you want to follow it. But I appeal to you to do things side by side. Run things side by side first. The moment your side income can cater for your CLS. You can let go of your 9-to-5 job if it's a burden to you. All right. All right, let's try to wrap up now. So I'm inviting you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the videos, I have about 750 videos or more. I think about 800 videos on my YouTube channel. There'll be one that must at least be useful to you. You can follow me on Instagram, on X, and on TikTok. On LinkedIn, all the articles I shared earlier on. Okay, my IT partner says I have 780 videos on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Joshua. So I'm asking you to please follow, subscribe. And maybe you should drop the link to the YouTube channel in the chat, Joshua. Yes, so again, I like to share for those of you who are just joining us for the first time. I have this document. You want to copy the URL. Joshua, you possibly also want to type this into the chat. You and Dolako can type this into the chat so that people can just click and go there. This document you see on the screen is a document that captures all I want to do for a lifetime. All I want to do for a lifetime, all my entire life. Everything I want to do for my entire life is in that document. And so what I'm doing here is to give it to you. You may want to look into it. It will help you. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. I'm appealing to you to, you can take a good look at it. It may help you to also design your own pathways to the things that you want to do and to the person that you want to become in future. If I'm able to add it to the chat in this call, I would. If not, I appeal to you to look into the chat. I'm sure my friends, my colleagues are already sharing it with you. Okay, so every year, I have a philosophical guide. And these are things that guide how I live my life and how I, do the things I do every year. Every year for the past 4 years, and I've been having this philosophical guide. If you look at number one, the products. This year, I've never had to take on postgraduate students as a service. I'm doing that now. I've never had to do a public speaking training. I'm doing that now. And I never, this philosophical guide just guides how I respond to opportunities, how I respond to calls, and how my interactions are based professionally and personally. And so you can download it also. My colleagues are dropping me links in the chat. Please, you want to just click on those links and follow through. I will be taking a public speaking masterclass in May, second week in May to be more precise. For adventure, you're looking to building your public speaking skills, I'm inviting you to join me. It's a paid class, it's about 50,000 naira. If you are interested, but please do not spend money that you do not have. Don't spend money that you do not have. I plead with you. Don't spend money that you do not have. There are still many resources that I got many things in my own life free. My friends used to call me offer.com. Offer.com. I used to go to a cyber cafe that my friend owned, and I was always ordering for things free of charge. Did you know me very well? I was always ordering things free, because at that time I could not afford. Today I've got a lot of things I can afford.
Now. That's why I give you free now because
So
when you click on download plus PDF and PPT.
Amazing. So DJ and I have been together now 22 years. So that's why he knows so much about me. All right. So beside my siblings, I'm sure he's the longest serving person in my life today. So public speaking masterclass, second week in May 2024. You may want to be a part of it. And if what you want is a personal class, please reach out to me as well. This is a big one coming in September 2024. It's a 3-day event, hybrid. I'm going to be talking about becoming a consultant to kings. I'm not going to be the only speaker. Forgive me, I should have changed this. The king, there's no apostrophe between K-I-N-G and S. Okay, so becoming a consultant to kings, how to solve problems for people of influence. How to solve problems for people of influence. There are people of influence that God has helped me to solve their problems. How did we do it? So we're going to be looking at that between September 13 to 15, 2024. God sparing our lives. Registration for that session will open May 2024. It's the cost of that program will be in the hundreds of thousands. So you want to start saving your money if you think it's an event you should be a part of. Again, future events, Personal Transformation Academy, October to November 2024. Hands-on experience. We're going to teach people how to set goals. We're going to teach people how to network. We're going to bring you into a goals attainment accountability network, where people in that network will hold you and support you till you achieve all the goals that you have set. So hoping that you'll join us on this. Having said that, my friends, it's such a pleasure to have been able to do this. Such a pleasure. You don't know how much this means to me. I mean, you showed up. I really hope I added value to you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you. Whoops.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you
so much, Doc. Thank you so
Very
much,
much,
Thank you
sir.
so much,
Thank
sir.
you, Dr. Mary.
I hope to
you
be
so
able to repay
much.
you someday, sir. Thank you so much.
Don't worry about repaying. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. All my people.
Thank you very
from
much, Doc.
Zeno, thank you for joining as well. Victor, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. I mean, there's a T there. I don't know who that T is. That person is chatting. I don't know who the T is there. Dr. Mercy, thank you.
Doc,
Who is that? Who is me? I heard that T now. I didn't know. Who is me?
Joshua.
You are the one using T?
Yeah.
Which Joshua is this? Same Joshua?
I had to get same Joshua. I had to get
you have to
another
use it.
device. Network was acting up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy your night rests. Thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc.
Like that.
Thank you so much, Doc.
In case you want to chat me personally, all my handles are Oludayo. All my handles, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere is Oludayo. Everywhere, Oludayo. Anywhere, any account you think I may have in this life is at Oludayo. Good night. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.
Sir.
Bye,
Thank
Doc.
you
Good
very
night,
much.
sir.
Thank you, sir.